with that, I'd like to introduce our second speaker of the evening, Jack, who's going to be talking to us about inspiring the audience, 8 to 10 minute speech, and the title is Going After Your Dreams.
Last week, I shared with you some of the medical challenges I've had to overcome in my life. But this week, I want to talk about going after your dream. Because even after 3 liver transplants and cancer, I never lost sight of my dream. As some of you may already know, I'm a stand-up comedian. That has always been my dream. I always wanted to be a comedian. I've just never been healthy enough to do it. And I finally got my chance last summer at an open mic beginners contest in a bagel store, believe it or not. That always creates a little bit of awkwardness. People ask me, what comedy club did you start in? Governor, Caroline? Strathmore Bagel Store. That's a comedy club. But they had an open mic beginners contest, and with that ended. And now I had never stepped on stage before or performed comedy, but I couldn't have been more ready. All I've ever wanted to do is be a comedian, and it kept me going through everything. Like, really, you don't understand. Being a comedian, I was in the when I was stuck in the hospital, and I couldn't leave my hospital room because I was tied down with all these IV lines, I didn't have my house, but I had my dream of being a comedian. And it kept me going through 25 months of chemo, which was hell. But on those bad days, when I felt like giving up, I say to myself, nope, can't give up. Can't give up now, because if I give up now, I'll never get a chance to step on stage and tell some jokes. So when I got a real life opportunity to perform, I didn't care if it was in the parking lot of the bagel store. I was performing that night. And they had actually ended up winning the contest, and the prize was a spot on a local show in August of last year. And I've been performing ever since. I'm still brand new in comedy, but I've already performed at comedy clubs all over Long Island and New York City. You see, for your dream to become reality, you can't let anything stop you. Because the truth is, I didn't start in that bagel store. I started in the hospital. I wanted to be a comedian so bad, I just started writing jokes laying in my hospital bed. I never took a comedy class or anything. I just tried stuff out on my doctors and nurses. Some of my nurses would get so annoyed with me sometimes, because you know the call bell they give you for the bed? You know how many times I hit the call bell? The nurse come running in, are you okay? No, I'm fine. But why are you here? Is this funny? Because I would joke about what I know, which was being in the hospital and living with my illnesses. And one time, one of my nurses asked me, after everything you've been through, why do you want to be a comedian so bad? And I told her, because when life throws you hardships, you can either laugh or cry. And trust me, laughing is a whole lot more fun. So when I told you I couldn't have been more ready for that contest, I could not have been more ready. And I'll never forget, it was the night before the contest. I'm hanging out with one of my best buddies, and he asked me, he's like, since you never stepped on stage before, you're not going to get stage fright and get too scared to go up there, are you? I was like, no, I think I'll be okay. He said, good. Because after everything you've been through, if I get there and you get too scared to go up and tell a few jokes, I'm straight up punching you in the face. And here's another thing. I joke about having had 3 liver transplants and cancer and hip replacement, everything in my act. So sometimes, after a show, I'll get people who go, wow, great job joking about everything, even though your life has been so unfair. And it just blows my mind how some people can get so hung up about life being unfair. I mean, not that I disagree with you about my life being unfair, but I just simply do not care. I mean, yeah, my life has been unfair, so what? Like, let me tell you something you already know. Life isn't fair to anybody, alright? Let's keep it real. Never have I asked somebody, how's life treating you? And they responded, fair. Life treating me pretty fair. So the question then becomes, not how is life treating you, but how are you treating yourself? Life treated me unfair by giving me cancer and everything else, but I treated myself fair. I went, you know what? I still want to be a comedian. These 25 months of chemo can take away my teeth, my hip, my knee, and whatever else, but all the chemo in the world will never take away my desire to step on stage. So screw you, cancer. I'm going to start writing jokes now, so when I get a chance to take the stage, I'm ready for it. And see, whatever hand of cards life deals you, you got to play your hand. It's life, you can't fold. You got to put your chips on the table and let it ride, man. You never know what's going to happen. I was writing jokes in a hospital bed. Now, I just got back last Sunday. I was at the comedy strip. I I'm going back again. I got all kinds of other shows planned. You never know what's gonna happen, man. One time I was in my hospital bed, laying in my hospital. I was bald. I was like 40 pounds lighter. I had tubes going in and out of me, and I was a mess. My doctor looks at me and she's like, "How are you ever gonna go from this to telling jokes on stage?" Now, I just got an email from her recently. Guess what she's asking me now? When's your next show? I want to come to one. You never know what can happen, man. And you see, whether or not life is fair does not matter. Just be fair to yourself. I mean, medically speaking, I probably shouldn't even be here right now anyway, so I might as well make the most of it. Because whether or not I end up successful or a failure, I still had to go through 3 liver transplants and cancer to be here either way. So I might as well be successful. The same goes for all of you. You had to go through whatever you had to go through in your life to be sitting here tonight. Don't let your past pain or circumstances get you down. Come out on top of it, man. You see, and do yourselves a favor. Go after your dream now, while you still can. I dare you to go after your dream and let nothing stop you. Let nothing stop you. No illnesses, no cancer, nothing. Let nothing stop you, because the truth is, the only thing that can stop you is you. And as soon as you realize that, then, and only then, will your dream become a reality. You probably don't realize how much of an opportunity being healthy actually is, but you don't even have to be that healthy. As a transplant recipient, I go to a transplant camp every year with other transplant recipients, and I know a lot of these people, some of them are just amazing. Some of these, I know a few girls, similar story. After everything they've been through with the transplant, they now want to become nurses. And they've had a transplant. Some of them are actually in rejection, waiting on a second transplant, but they still want to become nurses. So they're actually in nursing school right now while they're on the waiting list for a transplant. So yeah, I think all of you are more than healthy enough to go after your dream. So I dare you, go after your dream with everything you got, and let nothing stop you. You'll be glad you did. And as always, remember to think about becoming an organ donor, because it really works. Thank you.